Hello and welcome to Brightside. I'm Kristian Brown. Each week, we're going to show you some of the best stories that made us smile, laugh, and just feel good. From everyday people doing extraordinary things to moments of kindness and the fun things to do in our community. On Brightside, we'll showcase all the stories that make us proud to say, this is home. Today, we're delivering a large donation of teddy bears, giving a local mother a helping hand, and visiting a cancer support center celebrating a big milestone. But we begin with the celebrations this week that were all about the luck of the Irish.
And what a way to wake up on St. Patrick's Day morning. Toledo firefighters' pipes and drums played traditional tunes for revelers at the Blarney downtown.
The band also traveled to several other locations, including Obie's Tavern, Nick and Jimmy's, Molly's Irish Pub, and Red's Irish Goodbye. And the group pays homage to all the first responders.
This first speech I give after we come marching in, police, fire, EMS, and our military, and our loved ones that can't be with us today, you got to remember your people.
Toledo Fire Pipes and Drums has been kicking off St. Patty's Day this way for 20 years, even through the pandemic.
Here's your Tuesday Brightside. You don't have to travel all the way to Ireland to get in the St. Patrick's Day spirit. The inaugural Shake Your Shamrock event is happening now at Holland Gardens. The 12-hour event combines live music, competitive mixology, Irish tradition, and high-energy entertainment. The event was initially supposed to be a massive tent party, but it moved indoors due to the weather. Part of the money raised today goes back to keeping our girls safe and the Springfield Township Fire Department. You can check it out through 11 p.m. tonight.
I love that. Now for an unbearably sweet delivery, Student Council at Anthony Wayne proud of the Generals just dropping off more than 100 teddy bears and stuffed animals to Lucas County Children's Services. Students got the idea from the walleye teddy bear toss, decided to do something similar during a recent basketball game.
Saw a bunch of other schools do it, so we kind of took a lot of inspiration from other schools that we learned about what they did at our PD day. And so it was just a good way to give back to our community and then also raise some money for different either like foundations or for our school.
All right, Riley, Anthony Wayne's Interact Club also makes hundreds of tie blankets every year with the help of Hope United Methodist Church. It donates them to Children's Services as well. Make sure kids can have comfort in a time of crisis.
Well done.
Well, all right, double digits for a local radio station, Owens Community College radio station, OCCR, celebrating its 10th anniversary today. Goal of the program, give the students an edge up when it comes to broadcast radio. And today, the station hosted a rather unique party featuring retro media, including plenty of old records.
It's a lot of experimentation. Like, you get to do a lot of what you want, and you get to create stuff from scratch. And usually you get to put your voice on there, but you can also use other people around campus because people want to be part of it.
Got a great radio name, Grant Carr.
Yeah.
If you'd like to listen, we've got the link to their radio stream on 13abc.com.
Love and marriage and a free wedding? Well, some congratulations are in order to the winners of the I Do and Brew wedding giveaway, presented by Mommy Bay Brewing Company. 25 finalists, the couples, took the stage for the newlywed game hosted by our very own Claire Mitchell. Of course, competing for the chance to win a dream wedding package valued at over $30,000. Zachary Ellison and Kaylee Menkoff were the winners. Congratulations to them.
What a prize.
Heck yeah. Weddings are expensive.
Newlywed game, huh?
Yeah, good for them.
And now see this. Somebody here in Ohio was seeing green yesterday on St. Patrick's Day. $60 million Mega Millions ticket was sold just outside of our area at Tyler's Shortstop in Van Wert, technically still in Northwest Ohio. Lucky winner has the option to take the prize annually over the next 30 years or take the cash option, Sasha, $27.1 million. It's all about options. At last check, the ticket has still not been claimed.
We are so close. We are so close to just being near somebody who won.
Okay. Ticket has not been claimed.
6 degrees.
You have 180 days to turn in the winning ticket.
All right, I would assume that whoever that person is doing some consulting right now.
Well, a coalition in Toledo's Old South End is launching a $1 million housing pilot.
It aims to strengthen housing and use data to guide future neighborhood decisions. The newly formed Old South End Partnership will hold a press conference and a memorandum of understanding signing tomorrow. That's going to be at 10 a.m. at the Sophia Quintero Art and Cultural Center on Broadway Street. Several local leaders will be speaking about the pilot program at that time.
And one of the partners in the new Old South End project is the John Henry Eldred Jr. Foundation.
It is a Toledo-based foundation focused on improving life for people throughout Northwest Ohio and beyond. And our Lisa Guyton joins us live with that story.
The John Henry Eldred Jr. Foundation is focused on helping build solid foundations in communities throughout our region. It's awarded millions of grant dollars to local nonprofits in the last few years, money that's changing lives on a number of levels. The John Henry Eldred Jr. Foundation has helped create significant change in our corner of the world.
We've given out over $8 million throughout the community, which I'm really proud to be able to stand in front of that and behind that work. And there's going to be more that we can continue to build on and more impact that we can have in the community.
The foundation has awarded grants to more than 100 nonprofit organizations, everything from connecting kids to meals and the Sophia Quintero Art and Cultural Center to First Tee Lake Erie and the Boys and Girls Clubs of Toledo. The mission is simple.
We have a focus on housing stability, youth education, food security, and small public rural libraries. And when we think about food security, housing stability, and youth education, we think about those as really critical building blocks to thriving communities.
That can be anything from helping an after-school program to urban farm, to helping a family who is struggling with paying their utility bills on time.
The private foundation partners with nonprofit organizations throughout Northwest Ohio.
That's the exciting part, is looking for the partners that are already in it, that have their sleeves rolled up, and how do we enable and amplify the work that they're doing.
One of the foundation's latest endeavors is a pilot project with housing providers focused in the Old South End.
And they're working on critical home repair, they're working on home ownership, they're working on new home build, right? They're really thinking all of the different lanes and avenues that people in this community are asking for, and they're trying to be responsive to.
So who was John Henry Eldred Jr.?
He's a local businessman and entrepreneur, started a company here locally called Midwest Tape, which is one of the largest distributors of AV materials to public libraries across the country. He unfortunately passed in 2021, and his legacy is really being left behind through this foundation.
He was a very kind and caring person, but also really humble. And I think when we're making decisions about the foundation today, we try to take that spirit of his business acumen and his entrepreneurial spirit, but also that caring humbleness, and embody that and make decisions about the foundation through that lens.
A man who will continue to make a difference in so many lives long after his death.
I feel much more embedded in part of it, a part of the solution, instead of just being kind of like a passive observer.
The foundation's main focus is Northwest Ohio, but its support of rural libraries extends far beyond Ohio's borders to more than 20 other states. If you'd like to learn more about the work and impact of the foundation, get connected to our webpage. We'll post a link.
Tanya Colbert has been a part of the Diversity family for 25 years. The last 2 have been the most trying for this working mom.
My son is battling acute myeloid leukemia, which is a very aggressive form of cancer, blood cancer.
Her son Jimmy has been receiving chemotherapy 3 weeks every month and blood draws 4 times a week.
The regimen is taking a toll on his body. You can only do it for so long. You can just see it in his eyes where there's not a lot of fight right then and there.
Jimmy is in need of a bone marrow transplant. His care, travel, and treatments are costly. With help from Sister Barb from Lourdes University, we pulled off quite the surprise.
Give me a hug. You're not easy to trick.
So Tanya knows how this works. She knows she's at Yark dealership to get a helping hand and not a new car.
For $1,300.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. This will help with his treatment, so he'll need to be in Michigan for a few months. So just with an Airbnb and the treatment and the transportation, this is going to be wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And I thank you from the bottom of our heart. And if he was here, he would thank you too.
She was so excited to meet Billy Yark and thank him in person.
We're all fighting for him. So I hope everything goes well with this drive, and we're all thinking about you.
We're all rooting for you, Jimmy. And that's how we're giving a helping hand.
While showcasing the stories and the efforts to make the Toledo area more inclusive for people of all abilities.
The Lucas County Board of Developmental Disabilities is hosting a special exhibit at the main library downtown. It's called People, Progress, Possibilities, a visual journey of disability milestones in Lucas County. The exhibit uses photos, stories, and moments in history to explore the progress of disability awareness.
I just hope they have a better sense of what we do at the board and all the people that we support and how important inclusion is to our community.
And you can see this display for yourself right now through April 17th in the main library gallery right next to the Ewell Cafe.
And then on this Wednesday, Lucas DD is hosting its annual Inclusion Resource Fair to connect individuals of all abilities with helpful resources and organizations. You can also enjoy some fun activities. It's going from 5 to 7 at the First Tee Lake area in Toledo. The event is free, but they are recommending registration. We've got a link to do that on 13abc.com.
Fiddler on the Roof is a swan song for Todd Schreiber.
We got canceled 1 week before we would have opened during the COVID year, and it was this show. So that's one reason we chose to repeat it to finish that journey.
Mr. Schreiber has been teaching at Whiteford Agricultural School District in Ottawa Lake, Michigan since 1988. This year marks his final production.
It's definitely sad. I mean, it's happy because it's like he's such a great director and we have such a great time doing it, but it's sad because it's his last one and, you know, it's a big hurrah, I guess.
He's a great man. He sang at my wedding, sang at my brother's wedding, sang at my nephew's wedding, so been a close friend.
In 2003, Mr. Schreiber directed the school district's first musical in 25 years. It is a tradition he revived. Whiteford recognized his contributions by naming the stage in his honor.
It's very bittersweet because I know that he's going to be really happy in his retirement and he's done so much, but it's like he's just such an amazing guy, and it's very emotional seeing him.
It's nice that I'm leaving with him so I don't have to go without him, because I don't know what I'd do if I had him not as a teacher here. So I've had him as a teacher since kindergarten, and he's both my dad's teacher too. So it's like he's always been here. It's going to be so weird, but he deserves it.
We're in the height of the energy and all that stuff right now, but Sunday I'll be a mess knowing that it's the final one. I've considered myself like the class of 26. I told the seniors, I'm going out with you. It's your last show. It's our last show from the staff. So I'm just trying to make it special for them and for us.
Consider it a musical celebration of the legacy left by a teacher who's beloved.
Fiddler on the Roof at Whiteford High School will be this Friday and Saturday evening at 7:30, Sunday matinee at 2:30. As for his retirement plans, Mr. Schreiber said he plans to not have a schedule.
Well, she is making all her classmates feel valued.
13 Action News anchor James Starks is here to introduce you to this week's Rising Star.
Hey guys, this week's Rising Star is a senior here at Wauseon High School. She's also the president of a club that helps students focus on their similarities rather than their differences. Meet Natalie. She's a Wauseon High School senior who actually moved to the States from Canada 4 years ago, and she is loving her American experience.
I think just like the social switch is so cool to see, like especially since being from Canada, it was really quiet, really reserved, and I come here and everybody's so outgoing and everybody's so sweet. And
I would say that Natalie just has like this calm presence about her, so there could be a sea of chaos, but she offers like this calmness that creates stability.
Natalie's also the president of the Best Buddies program, which looks to bridge the gap between students that come from different walks of life.
To help our people with intellectual disabilities to feel included, and so a lot of times people don't know the classes are separate. So a lot of times people don't even know these students, and so Best Buddies tries to include them in what we do around school.
Not only is she dispelling stereotypes, she's building bridges so everyone feels included.
I think they see that not their differences, but they start to see like their similarities and their different abilities that they have.
It's important because we have no idea what they have, what they're capable of. And if we are just judging them for the way they look or the way they act, we have no idea what they could possibly do in the world.
After graduation, Natalie hopes to become a teacher who works with students with developmental disabilities. Reporting in Wauseon, James Starks, 13 Action News.
Well, did you know there's a unique purpose to these temperature swings we're experiencing here in March?
It has to do with tree sap. Meteorologist Annie Giovannucci takes us along with the University of Toledo class, which harvests that tree sap to make maple syrup.
Tree sap has been harvested for thousands of years, and the spring thaw is the perfect time to tap for sap. The University of Toledo has a class called Science and Policy of Foraging. As one of their group projects, they harvest tree sap and make maple syrup.
It's a course on how to take the environment and take care of it, and at the same time find nourishment from it.
The sap is harvested by tapping the tree, which involves drilling into it and attaching plastic tubing leading into food-grade buckets. Temperatures need to get cold at night to condense the tree sap and warm enough during the day to expand it. This freeze-thaw cycle is what pumps tree sap through the tree towards its branches. This provides sugar to its buds so it can eventually produce leaves.
We're more concerned about the science. It's an easy process. I'm more concerned that they learn why the tree is making those sugars and what it's doing with it, and they learn the biology, the ecology of that, and the physics of how it works.
When the tree sap comes out of the tree, it's only 2.5% sugar, and the rest of it is water and a few minerals. The sugar content must increase to 67% sugar for it to be the perfect maple syrup. Processing involves boiling the tree sap to evaporate the water, and 40 to 50 gallons of sap are needed to make 1 gallon of syrup. Once the sap reaches the correct sugar content, it is then filtered 5 to 6 times.
It just connects you with the land more and instills this land ethic in you, an appreciation for the environment around you.
The tree sap, collected and processed by UT's Science and Policy of Foraging class, isn't sold, but rather given out for free to the community. But they are happy to take donations to support their future foraging endeavors. Reporting for 13 Action News, I'm meteorologist Annie Giovannucci.
There is a building that I've passed countless times over the years, which has always intrigued me. It was built in 1828 by John Pray, the founder of Waterville. I finally got the chance to go inside and meet its longtime owner, and tonight I'm taking you along for a trip into the Columbian House.
Thomas Parker has walked through this big green door countless times over the last 3 decades. For more than 20 of those years, the Columbian House at the corner of North River and Farnsworth Roads in Waterville has been closed to the public. But on this blustery day, Parker invited us in. Born and raised in Toledo, the Rogers High School grad pursued a career in general contracting. But his true passion?
I used to go to antique shops with my grandparents when I was 8 or 10 years old, and that love of history and antiques just continued on.
In 1977, he bought a small condemned house in Waterville.
It was destined to be a parking lot, but I thought it had artistic and historic merit.
He spent 2 years on a meticulous restoration, and along the way,
I got to know the family that owned the Columbian House, and I fell in love with it. Just the feel, you know, they're worn down. The first time I walked in, I noticed the wear in the stair steps leading to the 2nd floor and the 3rd floor ballroom, and it talked to me. I was transported back 150 years. We sat down and in 1 hour decided I could buy it.
the Parker family ran the restaurant that was already in operation while living upstairs.
We didn't lose money, but we didn't make any money, and after 10 years of that, it just wore us out, I guess, so we decided to just maintain it as a historic structure.
That's when his daughter Meredith started this Facebook page to allow people in virtually. Over the course of its life, the Columbian House has housed a trading post, an inn, a jail, a post office, and more. These detailed blueprints, drawn in the 1930s by architects working for the federal government, are mounted on the parlor wall. Parker treasures them, as he does the original flooring and structure. He says he's aware of criticism about the building's upkeep, but he is passionate about avoiding upgrades just for the purpose of aesthetics, especially if they compromise authenticity.
It's gotten harder and harder to find skilled, interested craftsmen that have any experience in restoration, true restoration of buildings of this nature.
That's why Parker and his wife have done much of the work themselves, including the painstaking process of painting about 4.5 years ago.
It's a constantly evolving cycle of restoration, deterioration, repair, restoration. It's never ending.
So I asked, has he ever thought of selling?
We have a lot of people that have expressed interest, and they recognize the rare animal that it is, and to that extent, it encourages me to continue on and maintain the building as long as I'm able until I locate a worthy recipient of that.
It was a very interesting trip. As I mentioned, I really have passed that building so many times and thought, I really want to go in there. And it is a beautiful old building. It is old. And you can see every inch of all the years and all, you just imagine all the life that has passed through those doors. It's amazing.
And the thousands of people like yourself, Sasha, who have driven by.
Yes.
And the mystery of the Columbian House, kind of the legend of the Columbian House. And kudos to Mr. Parker for inviting you in.
I was very grateful for that. Yes, he was a very gracious host.
All right, he of Parker Square across the street. A local cancer support center celebrating a major milestone.
Plus sandwiches that give back to the community. Here's your Wednesday Bright Side.
March is National Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month, and as part of it, Lucas County Board of Developmental Disabilities going to different schools with a local celebrity to read a book themed to disability or inclusion. This morning, meteorologist Annie Giovannucci read the children's book Strictly No Elephants to Mrs. Jimenez's first grade class at Dorr Elementary. The main theme was about including and welcoming those with differences. The book was also gifted to the class to keep in their library.
And it's more than just a headpiece. These wigs are part of the healing process for hundreds of women. And today, the Victory Center gave away its 3,000th free wig through its Wig Bank program for cancer patients and survivors. Peggy Keys was the wig recipient and came in for a special fitting. The Victory Center says the wigs are more than just hair. They help restore confidence in these women.
There are so many women and girls who lose their hair to cancer, and it is devastating for so many of them. You know, they look in the mirror and they don't see themselves anymore. So when they can come here and they can get a free wig that looks just right on them, and they can even get it trimmed if they need to, and they go home feeling a little more like themselves, and that's a huge part of the healing process from getting over cancer.
The Victory Center's Wig Bank program has been going strong since 2011.
And more than just a sub, Jersey Mike's locations across Ohio taking part in a special Give Back Day this month. Next Wednesday, 100% of your purchase, whether in-store, online, or through the app, will support the 2026 Special Olympics USA Games, helping local Team Ohio athletes attend the event locations across Minnesota's Twin Cities coming up in June. Again, that's March 25th at Jersey Mike's.
We hope you enjoyed all of those great moments from this week. Plenty of reminders of why we're so proud to say this is home. Join us next week as we look on the